Hi, I'm Eddie, and today I'm going to talk about ghosts. Like a lot of people are quite afraid of ghosts, um, and my family have had quite a bit of experience now with ghosts. So I just want to uh, let you in a few things that we've learned along the way, and take what you want from it. So if it resonates, take it on board, and if it doesn't, that's all right too. So yeah, so everyone's learning at different rates. I'm still learning, so I only can give you my experience. So this is it. I'll start off with some of the nice ghosts that we've come across. I just moved in with my wife and to a flat. It was actually a very old villa. It was one of the outer lying suburbs of Melbourne, and we were fast asleep one night, and my young son was in the bassinet just at the foot of the bed, and my wife and I both woke up and heard someone singing a lullaby in the room. It was pitch black, and it was just one of those things, like a nice ghostly experience. We had no other things happen in that house. And then I'm just thinking of other ones. My wife, when I met her, her sister encountered a ghost at the foot of the bed, about a 9 or 10-year-old, and they had a really good vibe that girl ghost really wanted them there. So, and they saw her move from one room to another, or something move. So yeah. So, but even though might be quite harmless in their intentions, it's because of our upbringing of ghosts being scary. We think that they're going to do something to us. So, and that's not necessarily the case. And ghosts can use that fear that you have, and it sort of perpetuates it a little bit. So if you can, what I'd say, so sort of try and not be as afraid. You might want to use outside things like black tourmaline, or stones like obsidian or something like that, to help reduce negative energy, make you feel more relaxed. Rose quartz is good to clear the energy and that sort of thing, but you also might want to go through and use something like a sage, burnt sage, and then come through with, say, I think it's salapalo or something, sticks. You can correct me at the end. And if you've got your own experiences, it'd be great to hear some comments to help other people too. So yeah. So that, going back to that experience of my wife when she'd moved in to this new place with her sister. Yeah, it was a friendly ghost, but my wife still felt pretty wary of the ghost because she never saw it and was slightly terrified. But that was all right. And then I get to a really intense experience we had when I moved back to my hometown, and we moved right next door to a cemetery. And I think it was a bit like one of those movies like Poltergeist, where you think, I think there's graves underneath the house. And it was just like that. Our headstone, or not our headstone, the headstone of the first grave, which was really close to us, there's a little pathway between our house and the cemetery. It was probably only about a metre away. So we're sort of like sleeping here, and where the camera is, which is probably a metre away, it's probably the first gravestone. So we're in really close proximity to it, and it almost felt like there was graves underneath, because along the wall, I struggled to sleep well and would have terrible nightmares. And then it was sort of like a poltergeist, really. But I did see this young boy in shadow beside the bed. He was probably about, toddler age, maybe about 3 or 4. But anyway, we had all these events happen. Like we had a table, and all the photo frames would keep falling down, I think on a daily basis, and my wife had to pick them all up. My wife's nodding, and we like another time we were fast asleep, and there's just sounds like hammering on the wardrobe doors, and you'd think, maybe there's been a big landslide of all our crap and stuff has just hit the door, but open it up and it's like pristine and nothing's moved. And then so I had experiences where I had the sleep paralysis there, and then just one time where you can't speak and it's quite disconcerting. And my wife used to hear a ticking in one of the rooms, and there'd be no reason for the ticking. And anyway, we got terrified because all this was happening on a regular basis. When I first walked down the driveway of this place, I thought, I don't know if I like this place. And anyway, my wife did, so it was her choice of the house, so I went along. And, it was a funny sort of place. It used to flood in the front of it. Been flooding in the front of it for the last 30 or 40 years since it was built. It just caught the water beautifully, and there was no drainage there. So to get the front door, you used to have to have ankle high water in the winter time. But that's beside the point. And the colour of the interior was sort of like this. Think of an avocado, but think of someone who's vomited and mix it together, and it's that sort of colour. It wasn't really appetising, and sort of almost depressing. So it was like a yellowy green, not like a nice avocado. But anyway, it wasn't giving me these nice warm vibes, is what I'm saying. And the first night I slept really well, and then the second night I felt like I had this battle between this young kid and me, just in this dream, and I was just trying to push this kid away, because I didn't know. It just felt like the spirit wanted to get close to me, and I didn't know who he was or what he was, and I was kind of mean, and I just really pushing him away hard. And anyway, it was pretty soon after that we experienced some of these things with the photo frames falling down, and then so we ended up getting, after I saw the ghost, and I used to see these lights up the hallway, sort of like a whole lot of these orbs, like sort of blue ones. Might have been, there's heaps of them, like 15 or something, all up the hallway. I eventually told my wife that I'd seen this ghost. It didn't take me long to tell her, actually. And so we were terrified, and that was probably feeding into it all. And with it was, we were too scared to actually sleep in the room. And when my wife's mum came over, we were all sleeping in the lounge because we were terrified of the rest of the house. So it was all kind of funny, but it wasn't, and quite stressful. And when I was working at a place, and I wasn't getting on very well with one of the co-workers. She didn't like me. She didn't like many people, but and so I was getting this like negative energy through the day, and then coming home, and then I was trying to start up a business that I never got a customer. So and there was these financial pressures, and then I was getting around these angry people at work. So that was sort of, wasn't a great situation, and it sort of plays into feeding sort of like a negative energy. So in a way, we sort of brought this on, I think, in a way. So we had a white witch come in, as you do, a friend of the family's, And she came in, she said, no, you'll struggle here, you've got to leave. And then my sister had a place where we could move to when my daughter was born. So I didn't want her being born in the house or living in the house. So we moved. And one other thing is my young son, he would never sleep. We did the super nanny trick where you have to put them back into bed straight away, say nothing, and we're really diligent about it. And it was like 30 times one night, and we were, my wife, just so tired, and that was like, usually it was 10 or 15 times a night, but 30 was the highest. And then we moved to my sister's place, and he slept right through for the rest of his life. Well, he woke up for other things, but he slept right through the night, every night. Yeah. So so that was quite interesting. So one that house actually had a history too. Like there was a son of the owner had he was kind of like a bully at school with my brothers and sisters, and then he died in a car accident when he was young. There were dogs before we got there that were, I think they were mistreated badly. So I don't know. It just, it's sort of like all this negativity around it. It was a funny block too. It was a triangles block right beside the cemetery, and when it rained, it was. I remember one time getting a sort of like this flow right through my body of water. So we were basically just really exhausted, terrified, and what we should have done was we threw some holy water around and thought that might help, but we didn't find that was the case. But it's establishing like your intention, like we needed to say that we did not want this ghost thing in our place, and because we're humans and they're spirit, we've got more power than they have, and we could have moved them on a lot quicker. And what are they going to do? The ghost can't really hurt you that much. It's not like we had stairs that can push you down or anything. So we needed to state our intention and I should have improved my work environment and been more happier with what I was doing and my sole purpose and that sort of thing. And and not being terrified, but ghosts are part of God as well, so maybe they needed some compassion too. So maybe we could have said like, well, we're sorry that something hasn't worked out for you, but it's time for you to leave now. So that was our experience. And if you like this, I'll do some more videos, and we actually have a little business we're trying to start off. It's called cutitoutcards.com. It's as one word, cutitoutcards, and it's where you download a PDF file which has got a card on it, and you cut it out yourself after printing it, and we show you how. It's pretty easy, and there's free ones there too, which you don't even need to put down your name or anything. You can just get the freebie and get started. Great for the kids to make up cards and colour in, and we show you how to do it. But have fun, and we'll try and give you some more content soon.